Right, John, got another question for you. Ready?
I hope so. I hope so.
No, I had this yesterday where I took my three dogs to a lovely dog park. It's enclosed, very responsible, lovely owners. I'm really lucky. There was one particular lady who was there with her dog, medium size, mixed breed. It seemed a nice enough dog. The lady, though, was on her phone and didn't have eyes on her dog at all. uh, was just in her own world. And so I clocked that. And I just want to make sure that Pip just has positive experiences at the moment. And this dog wandered over. Well, it nicked Daisy's frisbee for a start. And then it came over sniffing round. And I was saying to the lady, excuse me. She's on her phone. Excuse me, can you call your dog? She's on her phone. Meanwhile, I've got steam coming out of my ears. So I just wondered, sometimes you do meet dogs or owners that aren't great when you're at the park. How do you deal with situations like that when you don't really want a random dog coming over to your little space? How do you get your dog out without transferring to your dog any feelings of panic or annoyance or like, being a bit scared, especially if it's a big one?
Right. Okay. Steam coming out your ears. Totally, totally understand it. And especially in urban cities and built up areas where there are smaller, greener spaces for the community to use. It's very, very stressful, I think, because we do our best to do what's right. However, we've got no influence on managing other people's decisions or actions and all of that kind of stuff. And it is incredibly frustrating when you're trying to train your little dog or you're trying to teach your little dog something, and your dog's on the lead. Well, why isn't your? And there's so much stuff all over social media at the moment, and as dog trainers, we are trying our best to get the word out there to the world. If your dog does not have an effective recall, or your dog is antisocial, or your dog is overexcited, or your dog is, too boisterous when playing, do not let it off of the lead. It is
Yeah.
that simple, and people are struggling to understand it. I'm not sure why. I don't know if Facebook or work emails are more important. If you're busy, do not take your dog for a walk until you are not busy.
Mm.
Um, it's a frustration. Okay, so how do we deal with it? Right, all that we can do is manage our dog. We cannot manage anybody else's dog. All right, and we've all been there. You're trying to, on the lead. Oh, Pips, and this stranger's dog is circling around your legs. You're all getting in a tiz. You're getting knotted up. You're trying to do your best to manage it. And as you quite rightly say, if the person isn't on the phone, all that we usually get is, it's okay, it's friendly. Right.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is manage it. We need to kind of deal with the things that we can actually control and have an effect of. So the best way that I found using is to redirect attention. And likewise, no one's perfect. Our little dog one day may wander off to somebody or may get distracted. Nobody is perfect in this, but
Yeah, 100%. Daisy's stolen balls. Sometimes
yeah,
she's stolen two balls at
this
once. I
is
mean,
this is
she's no
not
angel.
this is not an attack on anybody, but this is
No.
just a common problem that a lot of people are struggling with.
I think
So,
people are busy and they're trying to multitask when they're walking their dog, which is to be
no,
on the phone. Sometimes I'm tempted to ring my mother, but any
yeah,
any excuse to get out of that. No, I'm joking. You're watching mom. It's tempting to try and do both, but I just think no, because the second I'm on the phone and something will start happening and I can't
it's
call my
it's
dogs.
that simple. So, how I do it is I teach the dog its name. What do I mean by that? Right. We want the dog to look at us and give us eye contact when we say the dog's name. Okay. Now, yes, the dog may know his name or her name, but they don't know the benefit of looking at us when they hear it. If a dog is looking at us, we know we've got its attention, its focus, its engagement, it's concentrating on us. But more importantly, if a dog is looking at us, we can have a conversation with it. We can say sit to then manage the dog interacting with the other dog. So what we're doing is we're using food as a reward or a motivator for the dog to look at us the second that it hears. the dog's name.
Mm.
How do we do it? Around the house, call the dog's name. Dog looks at us, food reward. Call the dog's name. Dog looks at us, food reward. When the dog looks at us without us calling its name, we're halfway there. It's starting to learn, oh, looking is beneficial. Looking is rewarding. So we still give it praise. We still give it positivity. So if we are out and about in a public place and we can see a dog approaching us, or we can see our little dog being distracted by something else, we can do a number of things. We can call, say, Pip. Pip will look at us because she's learned the benefit of looking at us. Then we can have a conversation with her. And what I mean when I say conversation is we can tell her or ask her to do different tasks. So, for example, a dog is passing her over. She's becoming distracted by the dog. We can go, Pip. She'll look at us. We can go, sit. And then we can reward her. Okay, so all the time that we're giving her a job to do or giving her a little task to complete successfully, she's thinking about doing that task, not what's going on 10 or 15 meters away. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
The reason why I like to use their names, because it's the only word in their life and their vocabulary that's never going to change. It's very, very low key. You don't have to shout it. You don't have to put a silly voice on, but more importantly, you don't have to remember a specific word of command of, oh, what do I do in this situation? Say the name. She will look at you. You then have the opportunity to engage with her because she's learned the benefit of looking at us.
Yeah.
Then we can either move her away, we can redirect her, we can get her to sit, lie down, wait, or whatever. Now, then that leads us on to treat delivery. Okay. If we've got a little bit of kibble or a bit of sausage or whatever, we go, Pip. She looks at us, sit, she sits, put the treat in her mouth. Very, very quickly, we've lost the control because she'll go, thanks, Mum, go back to looking at what the distraction is, or she'll go back to watching the dog or looking at the oncoming dog that's approaching us. So keep hold of it. So put it in her mouth and keep hold of it. So she's licking it, she's nibbling in it. She all the time that she knows we've got it, we can hold her attention and hold her focus. Now, this is key. While the dog is circling around us and we're looking...
Yeah, I was going to say, because what's happening, if the dog is,
Exactly. We're looking for the
in
owner.
the mix.
Oh, here the owner comes over the horizon. It's okay, he's friendly. All the time that their dog is being idiotic, doing what we want to do, our dog is sat up nicely, looking at us, licking the bit of sausage that we've got in our hands.
Okay.
So be very, very mindful not to give your food rewards up too quickly. Use the power of having it to prolong focus, prolong and extend an engagement to allow the idiot of a dog and the bigger idiot of an owner to come and get the idiot of a dog and put their lead on and walk off like an idiot would do with their tail between their legs.
Okay. You held your temper throughout all of that, and then you lost it at the last second. I'm with you.
It was bubbling out. It came. Sorry.
It was good. It was good, though. It was good. Get the point across. I think you're right. Okay, excellent. All right, that's helpful. Thank you very much.